One of my problems um, that I know is a problem is my self hate, my self uh, criticism, um, my self sabotaging mindset behavior, um, and I can see how this could be a problem for others uh, that were targeted uh, constantly. Um, Pretty much, uh, you heard every cut down in the book, you know, from these uh, entities. Whether, I mean, my parents' cut downs are still in my mind, you know, from the past, and it's a hard thing to overcome. Uh, just that kind of onslaught. Um, and I know how hard it is to overcome flashbacks of the physical stuff that happened. Because, like, if you're like me, my, I always want to go back in time and fix it, you know, uh, prevent these things from happening, you know, but I cannot do that. I can't go back in time and redo past events, you know what I mean? Uh, no matter how strong mentally I think I am to back travel in time, you know, it's just uh, not gonna happen. You know, I do try to fix it in my mind though, you know, like, but even that's hard to rewrite the events in your mind, you know, um, from the truth. So that, you know, the factual events don't bother you as much. Um, but it's just one of those things I've noticed. It's really hard to get down on yourself, uh, especially in my case. Um, if you're so used to this negative self-talk and you're so used to these negative, evil people, you know, constantly berating you with cut downs, you know what I mean? And you almost like think like them, you know, because it's so constant, and you start thinking that you're one of them, you know, with all the venomous talk and stuff, you know. Um, but you got to realize that uh, you were a survivor of a very serious battleground, um, and you can't be too hard on yourself because, like, uh, your mind did crazy things and to survive. You know what I mean? Like, even in my case, your mind had to become uh, like them. You know what I mean? Uh, and because everybody seemed to be like them, you know. And so, like, just kind of going along with the program, you know. But it's hard to, um, it's hard for me to claim that I'm actually um, good, like one of the good guys, like one of the good people. It's hard for me to even say that because, like, I may have started out good, like when I was a kid, but like, and I still kind of am kid like, you know. I kind of got uh, held back, you know, And I think that's from certain events that happened, you know. So even though the narcissists are emotionally young, I'm young too, you know what I mean? And so that's a scary thing is like um I'm not that much I'm not that much mature either, you know, from a vantage point. I'm closer to their level than I am like a healthy, like a regular healthy adult level, you know, which is kind of disheartening to admit, but like um uh it's hard for me to see myself being uh one of the victorious in the end, you know what I mean? I mean, like, yeah, Jesus wins in the end, but do I win in the end? Probably not. Probably not. I probably don't win either. Um, the way things are going, um, the narcissist may lose in the end ultimately, but I don't know. I don't think I win either. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of like, I don't know where I stand in it all. You know what I mean? But just being honest, um, yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I think it's good to just keep going at a steady pace still and keep your head up. And I admit that I have improved. So it's not like I'm not improving. Um, I have improved a little bit, like a tiny bit. Like, um, yeah, I'm not quite on the bottom feeder level. You know, I'm like a little bit above the bottom feeders. It's not much, I know, but it's better than nothing. Um, but I don't know. It things would be a lot easier if certain things were resolved from a health standpoint. Um, but I gotta do what I can. But I just noticed that the self-sabotaging pattern, you know, the constant like, here we go again, you know, I'm gonna mess up again like I did last time, you know. I'm not gonna make it like last time, you know. I can't survive by myself like before, you know. Just this negative self-talk, you know. Uh, so, and I know about the threat in your mind of like, if I can't survive on my own, I'm at risk of being with another predator. You know what I mean? I know that threat all too well, you know. So you just gotta force yourself to keep it on, you know, because uh, even though it's bad now, you know, it was worse when you lived with the predator. You know, in my opinion, it's a lot worse. For me, it was a lot worse. It's a lot more scary, constantly scary. Um, so there is a difference. It's not as scary when you're like out of their out of their reach. So you got to keep that in mind. Um, but anyways, that's all I wanted to say is uh, try to overcome the self-sabotaging, you know, somehow, because it is a reality. You know, if you were talked down upon and treated like uh, shit basically most of your life, you're not going to have good self-talk. You're not going to think you're anything worth anything. Uh, so it's a cycle that you have to break out of, even in no contact, you know. So just something I noticed is that repetitive self-sabotage, negative self-talk, um, that keeps going. Um, because I was made fun of a lot in life. You know what I mean? Like that's why people's cut downs don't really phase me. Um, because I've been cut down from all angles. I even Here's another thing I need to work on is not setting people up to cut me down on purpose. I know that sounds crazy. Like I would just set people up to attack me verbally because that's what I was used to. You know, I was used to that onslaught, you know. And I felt weird if I wasn't being cut down, or I wasn't being made fun of, or you know, I felt weird because I was so used to it. That's how used to being made fun of I was. It was so I felt at home, you know, I felt normal. So without it, it's kind of weird, you know. I'm gonna be honest. It's really weird to not be cut down, um, or seen as the crazy person. To not be seen as the crazy person is really weird because it's new. You know what I mean? Uh, you have to rewire your whole brain, you know, because that was just kind of my role. You know what I mean? Crazy no matter what, no matter how much help I got, I was crazy. You know, for doing nothing basically. You know, I was just automatic crazy. You know, because they said so, because the evil people said so. You know. But anyways, that's just something I noticed, and I'm sure it's on a subconscious level, and I'm working on subconscious meditations to change my subconscious talk and stuff. So I'm hitting it from a subconscious level, which I think is an important level to hit. So, anyways, that's all I wanted to say is, um, no matter how hard it is to overcome the post effects of like talking negative about yourself, it's something I got to work on, um, for sure. Uh, because, um, like I said, it was very one sided throughout my life. You know what I mean? A lot was against me from the get go. Uh, and I, so much so that I believed a lot of it. You know, I believed it and I lived it. You know, you get called crazy enough, you believe it. Trust me. And you act out. Well, you don't act out, but you just um, think that you are, and so you do reckless things. You know what I mean? Uh, but anyways, that's all I wanted to say. All right, see ya.